In September of 2011, I was contacted by a 14-year-old high school student by the name of Megan Cologne. She was a fan of Ridin Steel, and she asked me if I ever thought of doing something for kids that are bullied in school. She went on to share her story with me, and I in turn shared it with my friends on Facebook. Soon, parents and other teens were commenting and expressing the difficulties they were experiencing, and within days we started Bikers Against Bullying. In its first year, BAB has visited 5 schools and 2 summer rec programs. Bullying is a real problem, and children are experiencing slander, verbal and physical abuse, and some have even attempted to take their lives. So we decided to do our part to bring awareness to this issue and do what we can to let the kids know that we care. When we return, our show today will feature a family fun day that we held this past September to bring about awareness of this problem. I got Wendy Gallant, Sherry Burgoyne, and the founder of Bikers Against Bullying, Megan Cologne, here with me this morning. How are you, girls?
Good. Doing awesome, Steve.
Wonderful, wonderful.
People are beginning to arrive to the Family Fun Day that Sherry Burgoyne has worked so hard at organizing. Sherry, it's looking pretty good. I hope you're pleased.
I am ecstatic. I am so psyched that everybody showed up. The weather has cooperated with us, and people already are having a blast.
Megan was actually the young lady that initially contacted me and asked me what we could do for kids that are being bullied in school, and from here it just kicked off. So Megan, how are things going for you nowadays?
Really good.
Yeah. And you're going to school where?
Great New Gloucester High School.
Right. Are you spreading the word about Bikers Against Bullying there?
Yes.
So, girls, we got a lot of people to talk to. We got Terry Morrison, who initiated an anti-bullying bill and got it passed.
The Vayu twins are here, and Carter Isaac, Amanda McCarthy. We also have, like you said, Andy the Armadillo, Elroy the Elk today. 92 Moose, John James is here, and we'll be meeting so many people. Master Kicks Creasy is here with his team. They'll be doing board breaking and some other sparring for us.
So it promises to be a fun-filled day with lots of activity going on. So I can see that the bounce houses are already bouncing, so there's kids in there already exerting some energy.
I see life as an hourglass, slowly ticking by. Your heart is the one to ask. If you're wondering why he doesn't talk to you, what you gonna do? You're not gonna steal him away. You have.
I am back now with Angela. As Megan was walking off camera, she went to this lovely lady, and she looks just like her. And you are Megan's mom, right?
Yes, I am.
Your name is?
Angela.
Angela, I have to speak to you quickly as a mom. I just got to know Megan a little bit. Brave, brave little girl. Not so little, really, but you understand. I'm older, so I say little. So tell me about, from a mom's perspective, what this whole bullying thing, how it affects you, your family, and what you see your daughter go through.
It's hard. It's hard to watch them and see them hurt, and it's hard to not get angry sometimes. But Megan has always been the first one to go up to the new student in school or the one who's being picked on. She always liked to volunteer to work with disabled children at her school. And this step has just been amazing for her and the whole family. It's brought us closer together and the community closer together, and I just couldn't be more proud.
The Bikers Against Bullying whole group?
Yes.
The whole fund, yeah.
Yes.
It does bring out the best in people. It's kind of contagious.
It's all about educating. I think a lot of children just don't realize how hurtful it can be.
Yeah.
And just the support of Bikers Against Bullying is just amazing for all the parents and the kids involved.
One thing I always tell my kids, whether it's bullying or they just don't like their situation or wherever they're at, I tell them you always have the choice to walk away.
Always. Yes. And that's what Megan has always done on her own, I think.
Good. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for talking with us, Angela.
Thank you.
Just be a good friend at this time. So please
Hi, we're back now with
Lori Howlett. Lori Howlett.
Lori Howlett. And Lori got elks. Lori is the head elk
I'm
here.
the exalted ruler.
Very good.
Yes.
And so you're having a wonderful event today.
We are.
For Bikers Against Bullying.
We
Lots of stuff going on. Tell me why you folks decided to jump on the bandwagon with this.
Sherry and Dan Burgoyne, who are heading this up, are members here at this lodge.
Okay.
And they came and they wanted to know if they could use the lodge and our banquet room facility to put on this event. And I took it to our trustees and whatnot and said, absolutely, it's a great opportunity for us to get our name out into the community, to help the community and give something back, and to let kids know that not everything is bad in this world.
Yeah. What do you think about the bullying stuff going on in school?
I think something should be done to the parents, because the parents are allowing their children to do this sort of thing, and the parents should be dealt with. The kids are only following their example.
Do you think the parents really know what their kids are talking?
They may not know all of it, but they have to have some idea, because chances are the kids are going to do it at home the same way.
I think if my child was doing it, I wouldn't know that, but if I found out,
I would stop it if my child was doing it.
There would be hell to pay.
Yes, and that would be a good day for them. Yes.
What else do the Elks do?
We have hoop shoots, we have soccer shoots, which are totally free to the children. We have all kinds of different programs that we do. We have drug awareness that we do. In fact, we're passing out things for drug awareness for children today. Just about everything we do is either geared towards the children or the veterans.
Well, thanks so much for doing what you do and all the community help that you give and support, and we're so glad you're here.
Thank you.
One of my originals. It's called Vulnerable, and I hope you like it. It's one of my favorites. If you think you're gonna get your way, well, baby, you better kiss me goodbye. It's not the girl I wanna be. I don't want your kind of guys. Now that it's all said and done, you better find some other girl who's vulnerable enough to fall in love with you.
I just happened to be standing here and I saw this whole nice little entourage of a family going by, and they all have their Bikers Against Bullying shirts on, and I thought I'd take a minute and ask them what they think of the day. So first of all, my name is Wendy. What's yours?
Taylor, Aaliyah, Lana, Nathaniel.
I'm Meme.
You are Colby. This is Colby, and this is Meme, and she's got all her grandkids here. Pepe's off to the side. But tell me, do you know why we're doing this event today called Bikers Against Bullying?
Yeah, because people get bullied so much that people get very sad.
They do get sad, don't they? Do you know about bullying? Does bullying going on in your school or your neighborhood?
Well, it used to. When I was in school, they used to bully me and make fun of me and make fun of my name as my last name and my first name and last name and make it as toilet paper.
It what?
Make it as toilet paper.
Really? Well, that's not very nice, is it? No. What do you know?
That bullying goes on and it's often, and they're nice around teachers, but they're mean when they're with kids alone.
They are, aren't they? They do it kind of sneaky.
They're mean when parents aren't around.
Right. And it's important to say, too, don't you think, though, that when the other kids are bullying you, it's not that they're bad kids. They're just making bad choices about the sort of things the way they should be treating a so-called friend, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. So tell me, when you hear another kid teasing another kid and picking on them, which is bullying, what would you say to that person?
I would say that they're being very, very mean and they should stop it.
They should, shouldn't they? Are you brave enough to step up to the plate and say that?
Uh-huh.
I like your face painting. Did you get that done here?
Uh-huh.
Yes? And if you look in the camera, tell me what sort of things you're enjoying today.
I don't know.
Did you see any animals? You didn't? Well, if you go this way after I talk to you, you'll see a nice little petting zoo over there, okay? Okay. And you want to say something? Sure.
I wish bullying would stop.
Yes, we all would. We would all like that. Let me talk to Meme here for a minute. And so all these are your grandchildren. You're taking them out for the day. What are your thoughts on bullying?
I think that bullying just hurts kids right to their core. So I'm so glad you guys are doing something like this today, that we're having a blast. It is fun.
It is, and we can thank the Elks for that, for providing the arena for this. And we have the Cumberland County Sheriff, we have the fire departments, we have 92 Moose, and there's so many other entities supporting this. So thank you for being a good meme and bringing that awareness out to the kids, and appreciate your being here.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't matter what you wear, or even how you do your hair. We are all the same inside. I don't want to have to.
Sherry and I are here now with Terry Morrison, who is the state representative out of South Portland. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you. I understand that you have been an integral part in bringing bullying in general more to the forefront on the state level. And can you tell me about that?
Yes, I can. When I was running for my second term in the Maine House, I recognized that bullying was getting worse. It wasn't getting any better. I recognized that every child, relatively, has a cell phone, has a laptop, social media. There was an increase in everyone being on social media with Facebook and Twitter. And so bullying people were finding different ways to bully. And I knew, and I looked up our current statute to see what was in our laws currently for anti-bullying, and it really wasn't enough. And I had to put some teeth into into a policy. So what we did was we took the current policy and we expanded it by quite a bit. We put a lot of different levels of protection in place. So the first part is, the first and the big significant part of this new law is that bullying is now against the law in Maine. It never was before. So it's a punishable offense. So the first phase is making it against the law. The second phase is talking about prevention. Because I recognize that you can punish someone just so long, but punishment only goes so far. You have to really talk about prevention and getting to the core of the issue. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we've done in this bill. So we bring the victim, we bring the students, we bring teachers, we bring family, we bring administrators all together in a room, and we talk about the issue in a counseling session. So that was a very important piece to wrapping our heads around why someone is a bully. Yep. Another significant piece, which we were lacking before, is report backs. We had to hold schools accountable. Some schools weren't reporting what they were reporting instances of bullying, so now they have to report back. So they have to tell everyone, they have to tell the Department of Education exactly how many cases have been reported and what they're doing to prevent it. So I recognize that some administrative districts do a great job at anti-bullying policy and some don't. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to figure out a way to make it work for everyone. So what we did was we said the Department of Education will set the criteria for you. And they will set guidelines for you for the school districts to follow. And it's up to the school boards to create a policy that best suits them within those guidelines.
Is there somewhere in the bill, I may be opening up a can of worms here, if one person's bullying has seriously physically affected mm-hmm. the victim, meaning that they need hospital care mm-hmm. or mm-hmm. counseling, is the family of the person who instituted this harm responsible for the financial end of that?
Well, it could be. It could be. If they write it into their current, if every school administrative district writes it into their policy, it sure is. Okay. So it's their destiny. Uh-huh. They have to create their own destiny with this. But one of the takeaways from all of this, and the takeaway from Riding Steel, and you guys are doing such a good job doing this, is that every child is valued. Yes. Every child deserves equality and a positive education, mm-hmm. and it's our job as citizens of Maine here to do our part. It's up to the school boards mm-hmm. and the school teachers and the administrators and us as parents and as people in the community to stand up against this yes. and give our students the quality and positive education they deserve. And they can't do that if they learn in an environment full of hate and fear.
Right. Terry had given us the website to go to and a phone number, perhaps?
I don't have a phone number off the top of my head, but if anyone just goes to the maine.gov mm-hmm. and goes into the Department of Education, mm-hmm. and then in that tagline, you'll see on the left-hand side of the bar, you'll see bullying prevention. And then just click on that, and then you can get a copy, actually. You can download a copy of the best practices model. So that's a good place to start.
That's awesome, Terry. Thank you so much for everything you're doing, and
My pleasure.
And I really appreciate you being here today.
My pleasure.
All right,
Thank
we're
you
here
ever
at the
so much
Augusta
for having me
Elks,
here today.
and
This is
I
great.
walk into this gentleman here, John Courtney. He's running for...
I'm running for the Congress in the 1st Congressional District, and I'm currently the Senate Majority Leader, and I'm also an elk, and it's good to be here today. What a great
Thank you
cause.
for coming. Yeah, these Bikers Against Bullying is what this is all about. The Elks and Ridin Steel are working together, and geez, what a great turnout. So now let's talk about bullying a little bit. Do you have any personal experience with bullying?
You know, I've always tried to, stick up for the little guy. I am the little guy. I'm kind of the little guy in this race, this selection a little bit. But, we've taken it very seriously. This legislature's taken it very seriously and not just reacted, but tried to be proactive in looking ahead at solving the problem, not just putting a Band-Aid on it and saying that you did something. So this effort goes right along with that. It clearly looks beneath the surface and tries to create a long-term solution, start to shine awareness to it.
Right. Well, listen, I want to thank you, okay?
Thank
and
you. Really
we'll do,
appreciate it.
hopefully, we'll be able to do our best to
right.
put an end to this mess, right?
All right.
All right.
Thanks for
Thank
all
you,
you're
John.
doing.
Thank you.
Hi there, this is Sherry, and we are at the Augusta Elks Lodge for Family Fun Day. I am standing here with Dax Catalano from Lewiston. Now, Dax, you came up here today because you have an incredible story of your own.
Yes, I do. I was actually bullied when I was 16 by about 3 kids over a girl, actually. And I came close to losing my life. I was in the hospital for 6 days. And, the doctors were telling me they didn't know if I was going to survive and if I'd even be able to walk or talk, And it was just, it all started on the internet, on Facebook, and there was just a lot of drama involved in it that I didn't have to go through. But, I lived through it. I changed my life, and it opened my eyes, and it was a negative experience for me at the time, but a lot of positive things came out of it.
So what have you done to change your life and to bring about awareness of cyberbullying?
Well, so far I've done a lot of things with speaking to younger children and, going around and just doing speeches like that just to bring awareness around and just just make sure kids don't go through these the same experience that I went through that, was very unneeded. So I've been doing a lot of things like that. And in my own life, I've changed my outlook on a lot of things and just work towards being a better person and being more open and understanding and not getting myself into trouble that I shouldn't be into,
So what advice do you have for children who are being bullied?
The advice that I have for children is talk to your parents. I remember when I was being bullied, I did not want to talk to my parents about it at all. I was very closed in about it, and I just wanted to deal with it on my own. I was a 16-year-old kid. I thought I owned the world, and I was stronger than that. But your parents are really your best friends, and you should talk to them because they will do anything to protect you. They will be there to help you, and they want to keep you safe and make sure that you don't go through a near-death experience like me or even just a bad day. They want to make sure that your life is good.
Thank you so much, Dax, for being here, and thank you for talking to me.
Well, thank you, Sherry. Thank you.
We are here now with Miss Maine Collegiate. She wears this lovely banner, and she's a lovely girl with a beautiful sparkly crown. Tell me what Miss Maine Collegiate's all about and what your name is.
My name is Callie McQueston, and Miss Maine Collegiate is part of the Maine Academic Scholarship Program. And we're here today on behalf of our national platform, The Crown Cares, which is creating a respectful environment in schools. And it's all about anti-bullying and spreading the word.
Tell me why you're holding the books and what they're about.
Our books are our tool when we go into the schools. I usually try to go into 1 to 2 schools per month and speak with the students, like I said, about anti-bullying and prevention and just making them more aware of the issue at hand. These books are just an intro to the students and different scenarios about what they can do if they're in a bullying situation, how to prevent it, and who they need to talk to in order to make them feel safe.
Nice. So this one is called Sticks, Stones, and Stumped. This one is Yankee Go Home. And then we have Comfort Zone, which is that kind of like a workbook?
It is. It's a workbook. It has all different kinds of ideas and tools. They are certain plays and different scenarios just to get the kids more active and involved in the classroom rather than just sitting for a read aloud.
So you have a presentation to make.
I do. On behalf of the Maine Academic Scholarship Program and Deb Landry, I would like to present these books to you for your use in your daycare.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really amazing. I mean, Deb Landry has been an author for how many years now?
I'm not even sure the count, but she is just an amazing positive role model that is committed to anti-bullying and this issue at hand. So.
And the way that I'm looking at this, the Comfort Zone is providing a safe and bully-free environment for school-age childcare, so that's going to be perfect in my program. And I'm also going to be presenting these books as a tool to the elementary schools in the area, along with all of the other Bikers Against Bullying programs that we offer.
So thanks everyone for being here. You folks are not strangers to Ride and Steel. I know that you're out and about supporting a lot of our events that we support as well, but why is this one particular important to you, Bob?
Well, I think the aspect of the bullying, it's gotten too extensive, and if we can bring more awareness to the problem, and if they have an outlet like what we're having here today where they can express their feelings, and hopefully it'll bring a solution to the problem.
Yeah, and like we were saying off camera, back in our day, I think we all have been bullied a little bit, and I'm sure much of the viewership here that's watching us today has been, but back in our so-called day, it was more of a face-to-face. We were on the playground or in the neighborhood, and the kids were picking on you and calling you names, but it's a little different today. What makes that different?
Because they can go on the internet and you don't even know they're going on the internet, and your name's being plastered for something you didn't do or you so-called did.
Yeah, right. Rick, you were saying earlier that you had also been a victim of bullying yourself as a child.
Yes, I was. And, even though I'd, making attention to it, it was pretty much just a suck it up type of thing. And, now that... I'm the age that I am, I can help bring awareness to it, something that couldn't have been done years ago.
We're all here because we have great big hearts and a lot of compassion.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Amanda, why did you want to be part of this?
I was actually invited here by Sherry and by Missy because they saw me performing at a scholarship benefit for Haley's Hope Foundation. Haley Blowers committed suicide, unfortunately, not just from bullying but from other things, and they invited me up here because they know that I do a lot to help bullying because I was bullied through middle school and high school.
What kind of bullying did you face? Was it physical? Wow. Was it just mental?
Physical, not so much. It was a lot of mental and cyberbullying. People used to say things directly to me, and I got to the point where I thought the right thing to do is just say awful things back to them. And at the time, I thought it was best, and it sort of worked. It got them to leave me alone, but then the cyberbullying started, and that just never stopped.
I got to admire you because you have taken a much more proactive way of dealing with bullying. Really helpful, I believe, to express oneself through music. I know I like to play guitar once in a while, and it certainly has helped me through some tough days. Thank you so much, Amanda, for taking a minute with Wendy and I, and being so candid about your experience.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to share.
I was really scared of him. I mean, the fear is immense. You don't understand it until you've been through it. So imagine, being the small kid of the class and they surround you. That's what they do. It got worse until up through 8th grade. I said I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it at all. I'd get flashbacks, panic attacks. I couldn't escape it. It literally haunts you for life. I was so scared of the kids. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I tried that. I tried to get away from them, and there was literally no way. I don't want to live through this for the rest of my life. And I tried to take my life. I just found some pills and shoved them down, and that was it. I wouldn't have made it if Mom hadn't found me. Bullying, it gives you like depression. There's no way out. I'll admit, I'm still scared of the kids. It's hard to go to school. It always will be after that. Especially if they're targeting you day after day after day. Imagine that. There's nowhere to run. There's nothing your parents can really do. They can tell the teachers, but teachers don't always listen.
All right, Wendy and I are out here, and Wendy, it's time to cap off this show, bring an end to it, and we want to be especially thankful to the help that the Elks Lodge here in Augusta, Maine has offered her in providing us a venue to bring this, and all the vendors, animal petting zoo, games, bounce houses, cotton candy, free hot dogs. What a great day.
We focused today on the victims of bullying, After speaking with all the different people that we did today, and I think they're more survivors. These are real survivors that are here today. They're much stronger, whether they have been victims at one point themselves or not. They're surviving. They're moving on. They're better people for us. To the bullier, sometimes, especially the little kids, the younger people, or even the teenagers, you get caught up in the moment. You're with your friends. You're going to pick on somebody, and you lash out, and you know it's wrong. You really do. Be a big enough person to go back, perhaps privately, and say to that person, you know, I just said this to you, and I'm really sorry. That is not me. I did not mean to hurt you, and I'm sorry.
So, folks, if you want to learn more about Bikers Against Bullying, please go to ridinsteel.com. Look at our bullying page there. Find me on Facebook. We're always talking about different issues that are coming up. And, of course, if you're a school administrator and you want to see Bikers Against Bullying show up at your school, we'll put together a little rally. We'll bring some shirts to all the kids to hand out and show that there's some unity out here and some true commitment to do what we can to help you folks out and just bring about awareness for the issue of bullying.
We're here for you.
There are places in our schools where darkness replaces light, where hate destroys love, and peace is eroded by fear.
Thank you for watching Riders Seal.